Did you know that September is the Suicide Prevention Month? This week, being the Suicide Awareness Week, I wanted to talk about suicide. From how to know the suicide warning signs to how to be able to help someone who is having suicide thoughts. Hello, lovelies, and I call you lovely because no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you are still lovely. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the new subscribers. For those who are visiting, please remember to subscribe to my channel so that you can learn more about mental health awareness and wellness. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the warning signs of suicide. This is because most of the time people are like, I didn't know this person was going through that, or I wish I knew earlier so that I could have helped. So here I am to educate you about this so that we can be able to prevent suicide cases from happening. The first thing is I want us to focus on the statistics of suicide. Why are we saying that suicide awareness is important? This is because 800,000 people in the world die by suicide every year. This translates to a person dying by suicide every 40 seconds. So you can imagine, since I started talking up to now, someone has probably lost their life through suicide. The other statistics is that suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the world, and it is the second leading cause of death among people aged 15 to 29. So you can imagine this is a very serious thing that we can learn how to prevent. Additionally, suicide cases are more in men than in women, totaling up to 75%. So you can imagine that our men are going through a lot and they actually end up doing this. The other statistic is that for every suicide death, there are usually 25 attempted suicides that have actually failed. So how can we know someone who is going through this so that we can be able to help them? So I have a summary of the warning signs for suicide, which goes by the acronyms FACTS. So the facts of suicide warning signs. So the first letter is obviously F. So F stands for feelings. Most of the time when someone is actually thinking about suicide, they're usually feeling hopeless. They are feeling helpless. They feel as if whatever they are going through, no one can understand them, no one can help them, and the only way to get out of it is to die. So if someone is expressing this, then you can know that this is a warning sign. The next letter is letter A, which stands for actions. So actions is actually the physical manifestation of what someone does to express that they may be thinking about suicide. So most of them include things such as giving away their possessions. You can see that someone is actually distributing their lands, they're already writing their will. So this is a warning sign. The next thing is probably someone who is acting reckless. They are driving reckless, or they're actually taking alcohol recklessly, too much of it. They don't even care about the consequences. This is actually a sign. Some people actually even go online and look at the easiest ways to die, or they Google at how can I die. They Google about things to do with suicide. The other actions may include things such as fighting all the time, things that actually are out of the ordinary that could actually lead to someone dying. The other thing is letter C. C stands for changes. Changes may be in actions, they may be in how they behave. If someone, let's say, was an active person, they were very social, and they suddenly withdraw, then this could be a warning sign. If someone maybe kept to themselves and they are now actually talking to everyone, calling people to visit them, they could actually be thinking about the last moments for them. So you should look out for changes changes in someone's behavior. If this happens, then that is definitely a warning. The next letter is letter T, which stands for threats. So this is usually a verbal thing. When someone expresses wanting to die, are they saying things such as, I am such a burden, I need to leave, or the world would be better off without me, I wish God would take away my life? Those are really warning signs, and you should actually take them very seriously. Most of the time, people even go online and say, oh, I want to die, and people are just there like, you just go die, or the world will be better off without you. That is not the right thing to do. People think it's a joke, but it is actually a cry for help. If someone says this, know how to help them. The last letter is S. S stands for situations. We go through challenges in life, we go through hardships. That is a normal way of life. But we can have situations whereby we do not know how to get out of them. Problems after problems after problems are coming your way, and you're actually wondering, how can I deal with this? And most of the times, that's when someone concludes the only way to get out of it is just to go away. So you may find that that is why you find that there are ladies who actually give their children maybe drugs and they also die as well, or someone goes about and just locks themselves with a jiko or a stove. For those who do not know what a jiko is, so they do that and they go. So if someone is going through a hard time, please do not let them be alone. Do not abandon them. You can imagine that they are actually feeling lonely. They feel like they have no one to turn to. So even if you cannot help them financially, you can be there for them. You can encourage them so that they can see, actually, there's a solution for what I'm going through. It's not necessary for me to just die. Those are the warning signs of suicide, and it is very, very important to learn about them. Of course, when we say a warning, it means it is something that means you should take action. So if you are seeing someone going through all of this, what I have mentioned, please reach out to them and make them seek the help that they need. They need to talk about it. And if you are someone who is going through these signs, please reach out to someone. Whenever it gets to that point, it is usually something that you cannot go through alone. And that is why we are there for you as therapists if you do not have someone to talk to or to help you get out of that situation. So that is it for my video today. Remember that mental health is for everyone. And until next time, bye bye guys. Thank you for watching.